not a thing I do very often, but, you know, when I do, goddamn, I do. Yeah, just tell them they have me with someone that cares. Wait, what? Oh, they have me confused with someone that cares. I'm sorry, miss. I think you have me confused with somebody who cares. Yeah, that's a good one. So, game of the year. Well, I just talked about why I'm not a real big fan of Helldivers right now. So, I'm not going to be voting for Helldivers. Wukong I haven't played. I've heard great things about it. Stalker 2, never heard of it, and Beltro, never heard of it. Now, Warhammer 40k is a long time passion of mine. I love Warhammer 40k. I worked for Games Workshop for a period of time. So I worked directly for the company that makes this shit. I haven't played Space Marine 2 yet, but I have seen many people playing it, and I have heard nothing but good things about it. And that is enough for me to go Space Marine. So I'm voting for Space Marine. And like, for me, it's kind of a no-brainer. VR Game of the Year. I have not played any of these. There is no way in anything that you could ever get me to even play a Five Nights at Freddy's game, let alone actually vote for it as the game of the year for anything. Like, just typical horror, blah, blah, whatever. I once snapped at a Karen who was yelling at my waitress friend, and the manager only started paying attention to the conversation after I snapped, and they legit came over and kicked out their IRL friend, aka they are letting it go till the quiet chill dude, snapped. Let's see, Maestro. I have no idea what this is. Actually, this looks really cool. As somebody who loves music and everything, this looks like a really cool game. I would totally play this. I don't know that I would give it an award. I don't know if the content of it is good enough for that. Metro, I know of the Metro game series. I've not ever played it, so I can't speak to that. Blade and Sorcery. I own this game. I have not, and I've played a small amount of it. And this is an amazing combat simulator. Like, if you just want a good combat simulator, this game is so much fun. Davigo. I have no idea what this is. And it looks kind of blah. I don't know. It's a giant head throwing things at you, and you have to dodge trees and rocks and shit? I don't know. It doesn't look like anything. I'm gonna go with Blade and Sorcery, because I've played it, and it's fun. Do we really even need to discuss this? Do we really even need to discuss this? You know what? We will legitimately discuss this. We'll do this, okay? Stardew Valley. I've never played Stardew Valley. However, Stardew Valley has been around for a long time. They have done countless things with this game. There are so many people that are so very in love with this game. And I don't blame them. I've never really played any of these farming sim style games. They've never really struck me as my kind of thing. So I can't say that I would legitimately be interested in voting for this. Dota I've never played, and I don't really care about Dota. I mean, Dota pretty much started as a ripoff of World of Warcraft 3. So, you know, as a game that started as a ripoff of something else, I can't say that I have any interest in voting for it for anything. Elden Ring is, by all accounts, an amazing game. I don't think it has been around nearly long enough to be considered a labor of love game. The game has basically had the base game and one DLC has been launched for it. That is not nearly enough time for the game to be around and be supported for me to look at this and consider it as a labor of love. So, yeah, no, not interested in voting for that one. Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is a game that has seen a lot of love put into it. But again, it hasn't been around all that long. It's not, it's not been forced to really stand the test of time, if you will. Stardew has been around for a very long time. Stardew has stood the test of time and has continued to be a beloved game by multiple generations of people. Like, I think the original Stardew Valley came out on, like, Super Nintendo. And it is still around, and it is still being supported. Do you know how fucking bonkers that is? Like, that is ridiculously fucking bonkers. So, Stardew, even though it is not a game that I play, and it's not a game that I love, I think Stardew very much deserves to be on here. They did change to address the patient strikes. Wait, patient strikes? 24th Pal World gets a big expansion update. Nice. Yeah, Pal World has done amazing things. Pal World has been an amazing game. Again, test of time though. Labor of Love is an award that should be going to games. Baldur's Gate 3 has not been around since 1998. Baldur's Gate as a series has been around since 1998. But Baldur's Gate 3 has not. Baldur's Gate 3 is been around for what? A year and a half? When did Baldur's Gate 3 launch? 2020, August 2023. So Baldur's Gate has been around for about a year and a half. What was the other one that was on that list? What was the other one we were just looking at? Elden Ring. When did Elden Ring launch? Elden Ring. Elden Ring launched 2022. So Elden Ring has been around for a little bit longer. Neither has Stardew, has only been around since like 2016. It is using the game mechanics of Harvest Moon. Okay, but there's a big difference between been around since 2016 and been around since 2022. That's a 6-year difference. So one has been around for, 2 years. The other one has been around for 8 years. There's a big difference in standing the test of time there. I'm not like saying that, these games aren't good. I'm not saying that they don't deserve praise. But I'm saying compared to other things that are on this list, those games have not stood the test of time. It is normal for most games to be pretty relevant for anywhere from 2 to 5 years. Depending on how good the game is. But very few games really stay relevant and in the minds of the general populace and everything for more than 5 years. By then, too many other things have come out that have surpassed what that game was. But there are 3 games on this list of these 5 games that have been around for way more than 5 years. No Man's Sky, Dota 2, and Stardew have been around for a very long time. Now, Dota has updated a lot. They have done countless character changes and updates and added new characters and all kinds of stuff that you would expect a MOBA to do. So, I can't say that I know that Dota has done anything truly substantial, you know, other than being there and keeping itself as relevant as possible, which is a labor of love in itself. So it deserves to be there. Stardew has been around for a very long time. They have taken mechanics that may have already existed, but they have brought them into the light and truly popularized them, truly made them something that people love. And they have continued to expand and expand and expand and expand and expand upon that game. That is a true labor of love. No Man's Sky. I really don't think I need to say anything about this, but I'm gonna try and keep this as objective as I can. No Man's Sky has been around for 8 years now. They have updated the game 18 times now. There have been like 18 or 19 additions that they have made to the game, updates over the years. They have taken themselves from a game that started out as having mixed reviews and have now made it to very positive. They have added several new ways to play the game. They have added, consistently added things to the game that have elevated the game, that have changed the mechanics, that have added new mechanics, that have given the game a lot more life. If that's not a labor of love, I don't know what is. Like, that definitely qualifies. The game has stood the test of time. The game has stayed relevant. The game has continued to evolve over all of those years. They have gone through and they have added new technology to the game. And to date, the only complaint that I have ever had about No Man's Sky, even since like the very early years of, you know, when things were not good with the game, the only complaint I have ever really had with this game over all this time is volumetric lighting. When are they going to give me goddamn volumetric lighting? I'm not asking for a big thing here. I am asking for a very simple thing. I want volumetric lighting. I don't know why that's such a big ask, but that is apparently a big ask. The only game that I have ever played that is a builder crafter survival game that does not have volumetric lighting. Just like, why? As of September 2024, there have been over 35 named updates and 5 medium content patches after the game's initial release, as well as hundreds of patches. Yes. And that is incredible stuff. It's absolutely incredible stuff. That is why No Man's Sky definitely deserves to be on this list. You know, there is no way that I can approach this category and be purely unbiased. You know, and I am going to be completely honest with that. I cannot approach this category and be completely unbiased. But looking at each of these games and trying to, you know, take in the merits of all of them, because they all are meritorious games. No Man's Sky. This has been one of my top 5 games for as long as I've had the game. This game has gotten me through some extremely hard times in my life. This game has been a friend to me in times where I felt like I didn't have any other friends. So there is no way that I can approach this in a completely unbiased way. But I definitely think some of these games deserve to be in this list more than others. Let's see. Best game on Steam Deck. I don't have a Steam Deck, so I can't really weigh in on this one. If anybody has a Steam Deck and would like to weigh in and give me some thoughts and feelings on this one, I'd be more than happy to entertain them. But I have not played any of these games. I do not own a Steam Deck, so I can't really weigh in on them. The only two that I really have any feelings towards, I guess, would be Rogue Trader and Deep Rock Survivor. Rogue Trader, I own it myself. I have played it a little bit and I have enjoyed it. I have watched some other folks play it. They've enjoyed the game. And I know one person that owns Deep Rock Survivor, and they have praised the life out of that game on both PC and on Steam Deck. So those are the two that I'm kind of looking at there. Never played any of those on Steam Deck, but Rogue Trader would be a good one to try. Yeah. So Deep Rock Survivor is kind of like Vampire Survivors. Just with a Deep Rock theme, and like there's like rocks and stuff that you dig through and whatever as you're doing it. I'm not usually a big fan of these kinds of games, but I know a few people who have played this on PC, and one person that's played it on Steam Deck. They have had great things to say about this game. So I leaned between that and Rogue Trader. But yeah, I don't personally have a Steam Deck, and I don't know very many people that have one. To be honest, I wouldn't mind having a Steam Deck. I would use it. You know, on days where I can't make it out of bed, having a Steam Deck would be amazing, because then it's like, okay, well, here's everything that you have on your PC, just now it's here on a Steam Deck, so you can play it wherever. I think I'm gonna go with Deep Rock. I hate top-down games, like legit hate, and a huge problem trying to play V Rising because of it. That's a shame, because you missed out on such an amazing game in V Rising. V Rising is like one of my all-time favorite games. I absolutely adore V Rising. What's going on, man? Dragon, do you have a Steam Deck? I'm home. I'm finally home. I know. I talked to you last night. Remember? I think you crashed last night. Cause you pretzeled up for a little bit there, and then you just disappeared. I played it, but I constantly had the ew top down, so I slept too hard. I was so tired. No, you're good, man. You're good. Do you have a Steam Deck, Dragon? We're trying to figure out what to vote for on best game on the Steam Deck award, and I don't really know what to choose. I was leaning towards Deep Rock Survivor just because I know how much Kit loves that game and how much how much fun Kit has had with it, both on PC and on Steam Deck. So I was leaning towards that one. I own Rogue Trader, and I know a lot of people have enjoyed Rogue Trader, but I don't know anybody that's played it on Steam Deck, so I don't know. Okay. Do you think it would be as good on a Steam Deck? Beltro, I have no idea what Beltro is. It looks like some kind of gambling game, which makes me go, meh. Roguelike with gambling mechanics. Okay. Roguelikes are something that, like, I never got into those a whole lot. Like, I never enjoyed the randomness of it. Like, I didn't like the unreliability of not being able to play the way that I want to play and do the things that I like to do. Like that randomization, it can be frustrating for me. More often than not. All right, I'm gonna go with Deep Rock just because I know how much I know there are people that have absolutely loved this game on Steam Deck. So I'm gonna go with that one in honor of them. All right, we got Better with Friends. So the only two games that I have played on here, well, no, there's 3 games that I've played on here with friends. There's Palworld, there's Satisfactory, and there's Helldivers. Of those 3 games, the one I can tell you that I have had the most fun with, hands down, easily had the most fun with, is Palworld. Palworld, like, I don't even need to think about that one. I mean, you guys already heard my feelings about Helldivers right now. I want to like the game. But yeah. Satisfactory. I would love to play Satisfactory with other people because I do not have the full, like, brain stuff needed to play Satisfactory by myself. And Satisfactory gets very sad and lonely very quickly playing by myself. Why I haven't touched it in a very long time. Because I'm just like, yeah. Helldivers isn't more fun with friends. It's not playable to the highest extent without them. I can't say that's necessarily true. I have played at times where I didn't have friends around, and I still managed to have some fun, but not as much as I have had when I am playing with friends. But I mean, for me, hands down, Palworld is the best one on this list. If I had played Space Marine more, and I had had a chance to play with a group of friends, this would possibly count, but I haven't. So I solo it to level 7 difficulty, but then again, I'm a Souls game player lover. Okay. Hi, Drag! What's going on? How you doing? How goes your Friday? I hope it's good. I hope you're having yourself a lovely week, Dragmore. Welcome in. We're voting on Steam. today for the Steam Awards. Because we were supposed to play a game, but the game told me, fuck you, you don't get to play the game. So, yeah, here we are. So, yeah, Palworld gets the vote from me. Palworld gets the vote. Final Fantasy XIV. Outstanding Visual Style Award. So we got Nine Souls, which I've never heard of. Neva, which is a game that I really want this game. And I'm familiar with the developers that make this, and I love the developers of this game. Silent Hill 2 is visually striking, but I mean, other than just looking realistic, there's nothing about it that sticks out to me. Hades, I will say, even though I've not played the Hades games, they have a very unique style for their game, and it's really good. Metaphor, I have heard of, but the style does not stand out all that much. It's very anime style game. There's nothing that like really is visually striking to me about that. So, yeah. Kind of like, meh. Meh. See, I'm personally leaning towards Neva, because I've played games from this developer, and I adore these games. As far as old horror games, I think Alone in the Dark was an awesome game that is heavily underrated. I don't really play horror games, so that's not really something I can speak to. Like, I've just never been a horror game person. Now these are so Neva, this is done by the same people who did Lone Far Sales and the sequel to it. And I love this style. I adore the art of these games. I love the fact that they take 2D settings and make them feel so very deep, and they have a style that you just can't miss. Like, there is no mistaking the style of the art of these games, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Hades has a great style too. Like, I don't want to try and say I'm downplaying Hades anyway. I've not played the games, so I don't have a good connection with them like I do with the developers of Neva. So me personally, I'm going to be voting for Neva. It's just got this beautiful style that is both. It's a very minimal style, but it conveys so much feeling. Most Innovative Gameplay Award. Well, there's only 2 games on this list that I've actually played. Satisfactory and Helldivers. Helldivers is a shooter. There's not anything real special as far as gameplay that I feel like it brings to the table. Like, it's a third-person shooter, third-person shooter. Like, that's it. There's not anything super special about it. You know, you kill the enemies, you freaking do little like puzzle things that are just, you know, up, down, left, right, down, down, left, left, up. Not anything real special there. Stalker